Hey everyone, welcome to Malleus Gaming. I'm your host Malleus, and today in Total Tactics we're going to be taking a look at Napoleonic Infantry Tactics, starting with the ever-classic Infantry Square. We'll be quickly covering the real-life history of these tactics before trying to put them into practice in Total War Warhammer 3. If you enjoy the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it will really help out the channel and appease the YouTube algorithm gods. Now, let's get to it. Traditionally, infantry units would deploy in lined ranks in order to best utilize their weapons. However, an infantry line would be vulnerable to cavalry, who often could outflank or just charge through the unit. By forming the lines into a square-shaped formation, infantry units could ensure that their flanks were protected and form an effective defense against enemy cavalry. The square has been in use for thousands of years. The ancient Romans famously used a large infantry square against the cavalry-heavy Parthians at the Battle of Carrhae in 53 BC. The Byzantine Empire made use of hollow square formations consisting of pikemen and archers, which could shelter their cavalry forces in the 9th to 11th centuries. The square would evolve into the schiltron, made famous by the Scottish of the 14th century, and then the Spanish tercio of the 16th century, before culminating in the Napoleonic Wars of the 19th century. The Napoleonic infantry squares were hollow squares formed up by infantry equipped with single-shot rifles and bayonets. Squares would be deployed in checkerboard formations in order to minimize friendly fire and allow for mutual support. A well-disciplined infantry square was highly effective in repelling cavalry, utilizing close-range fire to cause significant casualties and ward away further charges. Famously, Allied infantry squares withstood 11 French cavalry charges at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, which marked the end of the Napoleonic Wars. So, let's put this into practice, shall we? With the release of the Chaos Dwarfs, I have been practically chomping at the bit to make use of them with some infantry formations. Particularly, the Infernal Ironsworn with fire glaives has become one of my favorite units in the game. These fiery, corrupted dwarfs have powerful rifles equipped with what are essentially bayonets, giving them the anti-large bonus. This, coupled with their decent melee stats, makes them well able to form the core of an army. Coupled with a few artillery pieces for some long-range firepower and some characters, the army is ready to go. For this battle, I'm going with Zatan the Black, 3 hell cannons, and 16 fire glaives. I wanted to use Dreadquake mortars, but in my testing they seemed to want to do their own thing and they kept moving out of the squares and blowing up my own units, even on guard mode. The army is going to be deployed in 3 squares, 2 larger ones with 6 fire glaive units each, and a smaller one to the rear, made up of 4 fire glaives. Each square has a hell cannon within it, and Zatan is deployed with one of the forward squares. Each side of the square is facing forward towards the enemy. In theory, they'll be able to shoot over the heads of the units in front, since dwarfs are wee little lads. Should a flank be threatened, they can quickly turn to face the enemy head-on. Fighting against our dwarfen riflemen will be an entirely mounted Bretonnian army, with plenty of Grail Knights, Grail Guardians, Questing Knights, and Knights of the Realm. Are we going to be able to reenact the Battle of Waterloo in Warhammer? Let's find out. And here are the noble Knights Bretonnia, charging in for the glory of battle. We're going to be foregoing the usual battle cam. I didn't move the squares at all, so we're going to enjoy a little more of a cinematic experience. Here come the knights coming in for the charge, approaching the squares. Here they go. And a withering hail of fire just blunting that charge right there. More units coming in though, but we're holding the line. First square doing well. Second square also under assault. Third square providing support. This unit of Fireglaves quickly changing their facing, providing supporting fire for the second square. Getting some very nice shots off. These knights not enjoying that at all. Here they come trying to make a name for themselves. But they're not enjoying that. And they're gonna retire. More Grail Knights attacking second square on the rear. Pulling back though, not liking their chances. Back to first square with Zatan. The Bretonnians are really focusing their attacks on the corners of the squares. Here we got a nice aerial view of the battlefield. Cannon firing at some survivors. It's really interesting that they're attacking the corners. Historically, that is what cavalry would tend to do when trying to break an infantry square, as that's traditionally the weakest point of it. We're really blobbed up over here. The back lines are providing some supporting fire. They can fire above the front lines since they're so short and the cavalry is so tall. These guys are rocketed in close combat. Love their animations. The square is looking a bit dicey. The cavalry are physically pushing the units back, so they are making their way into it. But we're holding them off. Hell cannon firing at stragglers. I didn't want it blowing up my own units. Alright, so third square. I'm breaking it apart, trying to get better lines of fire to support these other squares. Hell cannon shot going in. May have hit my own guys, but whatever. The cavalry keep trying to get in their charge bonuses, pulling back and charging in. Comes a hell cannon shot. Direct hit. Love to see it. Rifle fire just... oh, opening up all across the battlefield. Still under heavy assault. Third square is providing great supporting fire. First square, definitely taking some damage. They seem to be seeing off the opponents pretty well. Looks like the Bretonnians have had enough. And victory goes to the Chaos Dwarfs. Picking off the stragglers. Good job, lads. How about that instant replay? So looking at this, it appears that the Chaos Dwarfs weathered that fairly well. They did lose a bit over a quarter of their forces, taking 288 losses. The Bretonnians, however, lost 590 knights, including their lord and the paladin. Were this to be on the campaign map, the Chaos Dwarfs would easily be able to mop up the survivors in another battle, preserving their weakened units within the safety of the squares, or hiding them in a forest. I'm not super impressed with the hell cannons, but given the trouble that the Dreadquake mortars were giving me, perhaps magma cannons would be a better choice. In the campaign, I feel like this would be a devastating army to field, as the Fireglaves can receive bonuses from the general, tech, and the armory, such as more powder and magical damage. Overall, I found this really fun to use, and I like to work on setting these up in lines and then redeploying into squares when the need arises. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it will really help out the channel. As of the posting of this video, I just hit 5,000 subscribers, and I just wanted to say thank you all so much for your support. If you have any questions, see anything you disagree with, or have any tips of your own, post them in the comments. You can find my socials in the description below, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!